All right, God bless you. Who is going to show up on Memorial Day weekend? Right? Who? This is a big test. This is not a little test. This is a big test. And so, for those few that show up to the big test, I'm going to release some big information today that no one's ever done ever about Mayor Baba. Something he said, like when I decoded his flag and the trust and stuff like that. Yeah, that's going to be today. I'm going to talk about today. That's why I chose today's topic as Memorial Day. So, first of all, thank you for your support, your donations, and every way you support. I can't, there's no reason for me to do this without having a reaction from people. Oh, it's working. Your life changed. Great. What I say is true. Great. So, Jason is here. Hello, everyone. Good. Good to have you. Um, so we're going to go into some things today, and so really, thanks for the support. I appreciate that. There's not, the whole eye of the needle. Not many are getting to the truth and getting to God. It's very few. And those people that want to get the truth, they show up here on Sunday, and I give them truth that no one else is going to give them. And again, that's going to happen today. So thanks for the support. Thanks for showing up. Frank and Gina are here. Short bow spear. All right. Pamela's here. Happy day. Aloha. Happy day, John. Everyone. Jay Baba. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Alan. Jay Man Baba. Glad to be here. God bless you, John. And those tuning in agreed. I'm bless you with some knowledge today. It's like we're having the after gathering like blues and got to get back to work and all that list. I paused to get to the gathering. Oh, whoop! This is what happened. But you took a pilgrimage. You came here to Florida. You got advanced as far as you could in that amount of time. You did it. Now you return to your situation and you're getting it together. Good for you. Now I think if you haven't been to a rainbow gathering, don't worry about it. It's cool. It's great. It's not for everyone, but they have kind of a interesting situation going on. They have an annual gathering, like a national one, but it started in the USA, the Rainbow Family of Living Light. It starts right at the jump, right at the beginning of the time cycle. It happens every year on a in a national park in a United States in a national park without schedule, without a permit. They do it on purpose, and their local gatherings and stuff, and they feed everyone that comes and they clean up the national park, so it's as if no one's ever been there. So they have a few things they go by, but God isn't one of them. They have a ethos and a credo and a gathering rules, and they're very particular about all these things. A lot of people can come, and a lot of people do come, like 50, 70,000 people come to their national gathering. It's pretty interesting. um, Smash the like and push the algorithm. Thank you, short poster. That's true. Smashing J Baba. So I bring them up, not hey, go to the rainbow gathering. They have kind of like a organic gather, celebrate our time together ethos, and they make the most of it within that ethos. They're pretty good at it, really, keeping the health together and stuff like that. And a super, you know, difficult logistic thing in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of trees or whatever. They have organized to make it so it functions as a community, and everyone's fed and has clean water, and then they leave. Pretty amazing. Like we have to have some special knowledge to make that happen. I bring that up because we had a gathering, we've had another one, so uh, we could put together a group of people to focus on the gathering. How do you want to do it, and so on. So, because repeating it is helpful because you get to meet certain people and you get to spread information, um, the truth to each other and the experience. So, I think maybe the first thing, instead of saying, "Hey, let's do it this way or that way or whatever," is just to form a group of people who want to focus their time and energy on making sure that that gathering is doing the best it can do with the resources available. People that are into that, like, instead of putting it all on the Poe family's shoulders and like, "Hey, could you," just like, Shannon and I were thinking Dee Dee would be perfect security. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, that would be, wouldn't you love to hang out with Dee Dee at the gate? Be like, see who gets in and who doesn't get in. So funny. But we could all like handle a different part of the situation that we're good at. Where do you want to meet? When do you want to meet? How do you want to meet? Da 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 da. And then someone be kind of like, oh, I'll be a part of that group, and I'll whatever. If some people have questions, I'll handle them. So just, I know we're kind of a band of uh, uh, what's lone wolves. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of odd to think like that, but we'd have a better time, and we'd have a easier time of it. We'd push less pressure on the Poe family to, host everybody and all that kind of stuff. And I know we're the kind of people that want to be useful and helpful. Um, so it's like, oh, how can I be helpful? And oh, get in touch with them, and that's how to be helpful. So that kind of thinking in an organization, I was thinking, if we, work on that, it'll get a little more organized and a little less pressure on certain people. So, okay. George is here. God bless you, John, in the name of Jesus Christ. God bless you too, George, in the name of Jesus Christ. Jay here. I am Jay. Yay. All love to everyone here. Excellent. We're both spirit. Hi, Dee Dee. I have been busy with welding projects and managed to get ill, recovering now. Okay. Pray for your health. God improve your health. Health issues pop up with this information when you're getting rid of the stuff that's not the truth is leaving, and the truth needs a place to be, so something has to leave. So that we can experience as a health issues as things leave us. So that's just part of the path. So I always ask for God's help with health. All right. God help you. George, the we acts as one, and we are individualizing to return to the one. It's all about one. It is. I was at the beach yesterday. This guy was like, "Aren't you the one that dances at the drum circle?" I was like, "I am the one." It's so funny. They're just a giggle. I'm like, I am that one. The one that's never born and never dies. I started laughing. They're so funny. Dee Dee, yeah, that'd be great. George, sorry, Dee Dee, that's great. God bless us to our best for him, J. Bob Andy. Thank you, Jack. Yes, you have my prayers. Liver was barely functioning. It's responsible for 500 different functions of the body. That's true. My liver's. You heard what I said. I hope you heard what I said about my liver the other day. I was getting acupuncture after this trauma stuff, and she's like, "Your liver is like tough," like, "Oh, what does the liver do?" She's like, regulating emotions mainly, and this can be a lot about anger. I was like, there's not enough liver in this world for me. She started laughing. So investigate that. You know what I mean? Like, we have to forgive our enemies, but we still have to beat them all day long. Okay, I beat you again. You're forgiven. You're kind of wearing me out over there. Bo, do your best like every day. I need that reminder. Don't worry, be happy. It's true. And do your best. It's true. It's true. That's the game right there. That's the whole game. God pray for you, Bo, and help her get through this health issue. Be happy. Be happy, liver. Jesus Christ. In Jesus Christ's name, I love it. Oh, that's so sweet. Her prayers are super good. So, all right, let's get into Memorial Day, shall we? Does anybody know anybody who's died and resurrected and memorialized to that fact? Does anyone know anyone who, like someone, not just a character, but someone they know who has died and been risen from death publicly? Anyway, so funny. You do. Dee knows what. See, you think about this now. Let's just, I'm going to go to the, I'm going to melt your brain first, okay? That's right, Pamela. And those people that know that and act accordingly, like stuff happens to them in the Bible, right? That's like a guy that didn't take a body, Jesus, but it's a story that has meaning. If you ever meet someone that dies and then is reborn publicly, like that's one of the things that, I have to investigate that guy because that might be the guy, like, that's one of the things. Yes. And so I have that proof publicly on January 8th, 2016. Put up the picture from Sundown. I don't know if I saved all of them photos or whatever from the whole thing, but I got a couple. Died multiple times, like with the death certificate and everything like that. Like died in public, like they're dead. Had a memorial. They've been memorialized as dead. Like that, I mean. You see what I'm saying? Like dead. In public, you're dead. But then later, you're alive. After you're dead. Not just like, oh man, that was so trippy. I've died, but I'm alive. Like, you know what I mean? No. There was time to be a public notice of death. You're dead. They're dead. And then, but later, after that, days go on or whatever, a couple weeks go on. Then later, they're alive. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. No, yeah, no, but Jesus Christ, yeah, that's the story. You see what I'm saying? That's the story. That's the story. I'm saying someone in a body you've met face to face. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. They've publicly, in front of everybody publicly, they're dead. Later, some days, weeks later, alive. That's what I'm talking about. Now, yeah. So I'm the only one with proof. Yeah, I'm the only one. Yeah. No, I'm the only one. I'm the only one. There is no one else. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So let's go to the meat of this. I'm gonna AI actually, this is the first time AI was able to successfully pull information that I didn't have. I wasn't like, what the, you know what I mean? Short post period. Did Jesus Christ ever walk this earth? No. We're in a 64-year time loop. No. I'm the one that's never born, never died. No. Is he real? Is Jesus Christ real? Yeah, I met with Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is real. I'm just saying, never been in a body in here. You see what I'm saying? But the story of Jesus Christ is about a guy in a body who dies, and then because he was was with God, right? He was like, Jesus is definitely with God. Like me, I work for God. Period. That's all I ever say. Turn down my offer, and no, I work for God. So, anyone like that die and then not a character. You see, we're in a 64-year time limit. I didn't say every character God made up as Bodhisattva, Christ, those characters, Buddha, and so on. They're all real, but they never lived in a body, and they come to us when we're not here. We see not here, and we have a meeting with them. So that's not here in this body. We don't meet with them here. We meet with them not here. So that's what I'm trying to point out, the difference of being here in a body and not here in a body. Yes, God comes to us in these forms that God created. Of course, Jesus Christ is a character that's real and I met with. So yeah. Mike, all right. Michael is here. Hi to all there. Thank you, John, for the proof and for helping us all. Thank you, God. Yes. Reese is here. Hi. Glad to be here. Thanks for all you do, John. No problem. Thanks for all you do too. You're very helpful. So is Jesus Christ a depiction of Christ's spirit? Jesus Christ is a depiction of God. 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 An aspect of God. When I met with Jesus Christ, he said, I am infinity times infinity. 8 times 8, 64. Jesus is everything that exists in like a pinpoint spot that isn't pinpointed to anything. There's nothing outside of Jesus Christ, like there's nothing outside of God. But God creates these personas, if you will, so that we can interact with God in a way and have, kind of literally a face-to-face meeting with God, and have, all the things that go with that experience. Baron Baba goes through it and explains it. Okay. Yeah, no problem. So Jesus Christ is God. Yes, is God. Like, that's what happens. Mayor Bob was like, I am God. In other words, and Jesus Christ, I'm God. In other words, he said, I'm one with the Father. I could say, yeah, I'm God. People go around and say, oh, yeah, I'm God. No. It's, are you experiencing the lack of separation to God? We're never separate from God, so we're always one with God. But are you experiencing that? That's the game, is to create that original experience of ours, recreate it. It's taken away, a veil is put in front of us. Due to our actions, we remove the veil. That's how it's done, by our actions. So I'm gonna hopefully Mayor Baba equals Jesus Christ. Sort of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's God, dumbing God down into a character that we can have an interaction with, and have our meeting with God. Like the first time we go to God, like on a fourth plane or whatever, we don't see God face to face. We have an interaction with God. The formless God, like the creator here and whatever. That's why the fourth plane is miracles, meet with the one doing everything here. Now let's just, I'm going to hold on to, not exactly, it's an avatar. Like you could say, oh, is Baba Buddha? No, those are different characters. Is Krishna, Jesus? No, they're different characters, but they are represent a bodhisattva, someone with Christ consciousness who lives the character as me. You see what I'm saying? If there were other times, this is how that character would be. And we're going to make that character available to you, because God is going to make religions, and you're going to pray to God as that character. So God created the religion, God created the character, and that's an interface God created. God wants to have a face-to-face with you as Buddha, as Jesus, based on your karma, where you're born, when you were born, and so on in the time loop. You still have an avatar, a way you can get to God, an avatar for you. Someone, an avatar, right? God is using an avatar, something that you can distill down a meeting with. You see? That's what it is. The character is a link, indeed, that God creates. Indeed. And it is real, 100% real. Not real. Just doesn't take the form of a body. Never did. We're in a loop because God is fair. We play the same game. We all play the same game because God is fair. God doesn't make a different game for everyone to play. No, we play the same game. God is fair. That's everyone that works for God is called fairies. So God is fair. You may not think they're fair because you don't understand the game, but later you get it. So now okay. Now let me get into what this piece with Mayor Bob, and I'm gonna go into what y'all have been waiting for today. All right. I was like, AI said something. Mayor Baba, fourth plane, turn to stone. That's what I put into Google. And AI says, in Mayor Baba's spiritual map, the fourth plane is a highly perilous threshold between the subtle and mental worlds because the soul gains infinite power without infinite knowledge. One wrong thought or misuse of this power can cause the consciousness to regress back down to the state of stone. The mechanics of the fourth plane. The danger: the soul experiences infinite energy or prawn, but lacks knowledge and bliss. An aspirant can easily become arrogant, intoxicated by their abilities, or tempted to use these powers destructively. The fall. If a pilgrim misuses this infinite power, falls into temptation, or tries to harm a master of a higher plane, they lose their spiritual progress and tumble back down, reverting to stone consciousness. The dark night of the soul. Because the fourth plane is dark and entirely lacks light or bliss, it is considered the ultimate test of the ego. The pilgrim is stuck on the threshold of the house of God and is easily misled if they lack the grace and guidance of a perfect master. Escaping the danger. Because this plane is incredibly dangerous, souls who reach it are heavily veiled or are protected and guided by the grace of a perfect master or the avatar to prevent their spiritual ruin. If the aspirant surrenders, the master safely guides them into the light of the fifth plane, where the true knowledge and actual feeling of God are realized. Now, let me give you what that means. Sure, both, sir. My appreciation for the fairies has been increasing as awareness of lessons. Indeed. Good. So, get to the fourth plane, got miracles, get turned to stone. What does that mean? Why am I bringing this up on Memorial Day? What is a memorial? It's a bunch of rocks, it's stones, stones. You get turned to stone. You die. You die. You get turned. You get turned to dirt. Back to your clay. You get turned into dirt. You turn to dirt. You die. Right? Your avatar, your body, your interface. You get here. Nope. I'm gonna turn it off. Turns it off. And what's stone? What's dirt? Ground up stone. Oh, no, it is. It is. You get right. Dust to dust. What's dust? Dust is little pieces of stone. So you mess up on a fourth plane, you don't get eternal life. You think you can die, you die. Hey, I'll take that $485 million and then I would die. I wouldn't smash my head on the pavement and be like, I don't remember what happened. Blood squirting out of my head and I'm fine. Like, I'm not 100%, but look at me. I mean, it's a joke, right? Like, I can't be killed. I can suffer. Obviously, suffering is real. Yeah, but you get turned to stone. I go dance to the drum circle. They get a sign in there, right? A list of names. I'm like, what's that crap? What is that? That's all the people that died. They used to be at the drum circle, but now they're dead. Oh, a memorial to them. Oh, so so in this game of life, you put up the stupid names of the stupid people go up. We didn't get eternal life. We're out early and we're stupid. Like, wait a second. Okay, you may be sweet, you may have a lot of other good qualities, but you lost the game. I'm the guy that gets you to the end of the game. Okay, so sorry that you died, whoever, but you had what? You could have listened, but your character is here in Disney World to perform what your character is to perform for us playing the game. Thank you for dying. I mean, you really have an appreciation. My appreciation for the fairies has been increasing as awareness of the lessons. They literally die. That's part of their character. You think, and that's tough, you know? And I know what everybody says, I don't want to die. I guess they wouldn't want to die. If I were them, maybe I wouldn't want to die either. But I'm me. So I've been over there. I have died. And it's like, please let me die. Like all the problems are here. They're not over. It's like God. Oh, thank God. He go. I dropped the body. I'm home. Oh, thank God. It's a backwards world here. So funny. Uh, but that's what it's talking about there. You misuse you. What happens? Oh, I'm going along. Well, all this crazy stuff is happening to me, man. Like all this stuff I didn't know was going on. Like, look at all these numbers. What do they mean? Look at all these signs and stuff. Well, look at all this. What's going on behind the scenes here? You start to see some of it, and so you're like, wait a second, what? What is up? And then, here come the couch fairies and the money and the fame, and we got it all down here. What do you want? We got it. Just tell us what you want, and we'll give it to you. Like, how about 6 feet? Ugh. How long do you want to be there in Miracleville and check out all the hive like antics down here? Like, if you get enraptured by them and that, or you stay here, well, it's like the Mayor Baba Mandalay, literally, even them, right? We don't want Christ consciousness. We just want to serve Mayor Baba when it comes. They literally say that. Erich says it straight in a video recording. He says it. He says it for himself and the other Mandalay. He says it for them. See how that's different than you and me? We're like, okay, wait, what? You want to come back here on purpose? You got pretty cushy over there. What are you talking about? We're built differently. We want to win the game. We want to get home to God. We want to get out of here. Okay. And that fourth plane, it's like John, Jack, McCaig. That's when you hear about me, meet me, or whatever. It's like, and then most people like, no. 64-year time limit, rainbow, Mirabelle Slack, on and on. We ain't got we trust. No. No. Shit, no. All that stuff in India. Whoever went over there with me. No, get it. No. Guard him with a machine gun, post a guy outside his room, all that. No. Stop it. No. Oh my God. So I was like, oh, does somebody want to turn this down? Oh, okay. Yeah. Where do you think the death bear comes from? Like, that's innate within me and within us, the game winners. It's like, that's the automatic reaction around us. You see, the truth shows up because we need it, you need it, and then those around us, they get exposed to it. So what do? They're like, I'm in or I'm out. Okay, that's not on you. That's not on you. I mean, it's on you that you gave them the opportunity even for that, and they should be thankful. But that's my job, is to kill everyone, obviously, pretty much, except for a few. Is like, yeah, you don't go. You heard the truth. Boom. Just here's your death prayer. Get on over there. Try again. Get back in there. Get in there. Get a new character or the same one. Try again. That didn't work. Go on now. Right? But that's what it is. You don't have eternal life. You don't know you can't be killed. That's in Westworld, that HBO thing in the game here. Players of the game, they can't be killed. Fact. The rest of them, they die like flies. Do you have an appreciation for that? They are programmed to not want death. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we don't want it. Me, there's nothing there. You only get God when you leave here, so of course you want death. Like, of course, yay, I get judged. Yay, I'm home. Yeah, finally. And they're like, no. What? Ridiculous. Uh, MMA Paradise. Hello, sir. All right. Alan, Alien Disclosure. What's your opinion? Yeah. I love it. You think you can leave the dome without at least my approval? Computer says no. That's funny. So you're saying somebody can get in here from outside the dome that's not supposed to be here? What? Or someone can leave? Yeah, well, I don't think. Wait. Let's just break it down. A lie, right? Aliens, a lie. It's a lie. So there you go. Read your own words. You asked about a lie. Well, that lie is a lie, as you typed. There we go. Dee. Ah, Jay, what a sweetheart. You have such a beautiful voice of support. That's so good. I'll lift Jay up. Come on, Jay Bob. I love it. My roommate and I decided to work to get along. That's nice. Now, the man across the hall threw pee on our front door. I said to JP that the sun scars are being uprooted. Don't fall for the fallen angel. It's true. Don't fall for the fallen angel. You don't. And don't fall for them couch fairies like saying give your heart to them either. Exactly. Indeed. Go out there and mingle among them and make them your friends first. Don't just put your heart out there on a platter. They will stab it and eat it for lunch. Oh, so now I'm being punished for the pee. Uh-oh. Anytime somebody gets you annoyed and you have to pray, it's like, uh-oh, security is praying. Not gonna go good for somebody. Thank you, God, for the fallen angel helping JP. Indeed, thank you. And now they're gonna feel the backlash, maybe death or what have you from DD's prayers. It's like, whew, or maybe they'll live, you know? Like it is important to understand that situation, like you're saying, though. That's not a healthy living situation. The beehive. We need some comedy up here. Beautiful. Never is good to throw pee on security. Yeah, no, it's not a good idea that the prayers go straight to God, and then it's like instant karma. It's like, oh, everybody goes, "Don't look." Oh my God, I can't even watch this one. I don't even. Did you see that? And DD spray is so just don't even. You might get accidentally side melted. Whoops. Okay. So memorials are important, right? Hey, you got turned this down. Hey, yeah, cool, yeah. But I'm the only one that's actually been memorialized and lived again, and that's fact. No one knows anyone else. So there's only one. Now, do you actually treat me like that? Some do. Yeah, some of you do actually. And so you receive those blessings because the script is all over the place, right? What do you do if somebody shows up, dies, and then, right, and they're alive again? Oh, you got to do, have this kind of respect because my script doesn't change. The side script of Jesus is not changing, but it's there to point an arrow to, hey, if you ever meet somebody like that, that's going to be kind of a big factor, I was thinking, it's good. We kind of ended up having this gathering around my birthday in early May, which is cool. We should probably have another one regularly, like if we're going to have 2 a year, maybe another one might be around. Who would you rather spend your last day of time with? You know what I mean? Like, if you only had one day, who would you spend it with? We could get together on the big day cyclically on 9/11. It's just a thought around that. So, something for the committee who's going to organize this, which I'm not going to be a part of. I will give my feedback, but we're going to have everyone has different skills, abilities, and interests and stuff like that. And you're all very helpful, and y'all care about each other, care about God and stuff. So we'll just put our energy where it can be used best. Oh, Dee Dee be good at security and other things too, of course. But I'm just saying. So if you want to, kind of like assemble into those positions of organization, then it will be organized, and we won't have problems like agents showing up and the cops and all that kind of stuff. It won't be so stressful. I mean, those things are going to happen anyway, but we'll just try and mitigate them, and every time they get a little bit better. So you're there. Good. So those are the things we should think about. Okay. And those people got to get in that spot. My noggin got smashed. I'm definitely supposed to be retiring around 65. All the doctors tell me to chill out. Like Shannon's on me. Like I am supposed to be reducing what I do. Remember we did that live when other supposed people are baptized and out there, and Mike going through his spiritual advancement from it and all that. Yeah, no, that all has to happen. So uh being a part of setting that up to happen in the best way that you're going to enjoy it the most, because you got here, you got to meet with me, you got to meet with these people. What's your feedback? Hey, we should do this, we should do that. What do you want to do? Put yourselves into those positions of organization, and then we'll okay, let's do it this way. Dee Dee pointed out something great to Shannon, which was people want to gather obviously around the character. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not always just hey, like don't have him there. So I can only be there for some amount of the gathering because I'm old and something's going to happen to me and all that kind of stuff. So it should be set up for you all and for me to come visit and like that. So think about that. Another area of possible organization, which is something to consider, is what happens when you baptize someone and that you do it for real. You know what I mean? Like Michael talked about it a little bit. You totally increase your connection to God like so much that you can't even explain it anymore. Every time you do it, because you're doing it the right way, you care about it, and God shows up. So every time God shows up, you're like, you're more with God. So should there be some traveling aspect to Jesus Christ Trust? They're blocking me online and stuff. So should there be an organic thing? Should there be a truck driving? Let me put it this way. Sridhar plays music places where he has a disciple that sets up music being played at a certain venue, that meets what they can do in that situation. As Sridhar say, yeah, then he does it. So, should there be like someone, not me, traveling in a vehicle on a schedule to baptize people and maybe meet with pilgrims? Oh, hey, I live in this town. You should come to my town. I could set something up at this place and we can have a gathering there. I bring this up. I kind of brought up the rainbows to, hey, they do this kind of thing. So would it make sense for someone to travel and baptize people and go and hit towns in the way and have, like a spiritual gathering? Could put out the Liberty Aid Academy stuff too. This is our school. This is a church, stuff like that. Around this work, crazy stuff happens. Is that like, are you Feeling like you're chosen to be out there to spread this message in some way? Does that make sense to you? You know, are you 100% capable of self organization and doing something like that and interacting with people and all that kind of stuff, you know? Hey, brother, what's your opinion on 24-hour sun in Antarctica? Final experiment. Well, in Antville, huh? Well, I don't know. There's no Antarctica, obviously. Well, the center of this, what you can call it the Arctic or Antarctic, is the South Pole, the North Pole. There's a center to the circle. There is a center. What do you want to call the center? And there's an outside of the circle, whatever. Do you want to call the circle on the outside of our prison dome Antarctica? Which I can understand because all the demons, all the ants, everyone who wants to be in this game playing it, like the Truman Show, everyone watching from outside, the ants, right? I can understand the ants watch us in here, watch me, watch the game. There's nothing else on. That's all there is to watch. So I understand the ants watch us from there. But, we're not allowed to go places and figure out what north is south and center and all that. Like, we're only allowed to be in the middle zone. We're not allowed to go almost everywhere here. If we try, we'll be stopped. So we only know for a fact that what they say is a lie, that maps are a lie. We can determine that those things are a lie. And then we experience reality in here, and we know that what we experience is true. So we figure it out. And I've gone into a lot of the situation in the dome here, but ultimately everything is kind of like, well, we're in a dome. How does the air get clean? By a miracle of God. So everything ends in it's a miracle. Nature, it points the way to God, that God is doing everything, and everything's not natural. It's impossible. It's a miracle. So that's the take on Antville. Um, you know, short post, yeah. Michael, during the gathering and baptisms, I experienced equilibrium being off all week, stumbling, dropping stuff, floating on bliss, crying, and even lost my hearing briefly. All sounds disappeared. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to create, if my goal is to create bodhisattvas, you don't think I know what I'm doing. I do when I know what I'm doing. I put people in a spiritual hierarchy, try to do this, bring people to God for real from your heart. That's all. It's through your actions. Well, if you're actually is spreading the truth, only I know it. So if you, oh my God, and you know it, and then you start, that's what you're doing. And then you kneel, you wash away their sins, bring them to God, like the way that God said to do it. Okay, you do all that. You don't think you're going to have a reaction like you're working for God? You will. You're supposed to have a massive reaction to come to God, as Michael's explaining. So if this is something that people are called to do, and they should be, some of them should be called to do this because, right? Like, what, God's not real? Like, that's all around us. So religious people are called to God, da, da, da. Except that's all fake over there. God is real. If they were just sitting there praying to God, okay, God is real, but only our God. Well, what do you mean only? There's only one God is playing all the characters. Get real. If you're not saying that, probably shouldn't be listened to. No, but that's really that's what I'm trying to explain, Michael. Thank you. And some of this can't be explained. It has to be experienced. God has to be experienced. It's not an intellectual thing. After some point, you have to experience that one-on-one time with God, and those people that have had that experience are the only ones qualified to set the stage for that to happen for others. You see, that's it. So, do you want to go, set that stage for others, or you want to just let it lay dormant? Like, there's a calling to do that. I think I've done a bunch of it myself. So that's something to think about, that we should think about. That's another way to gather that, you know, kind of a traditional way in this script to gather, but it's something to think about. How to do it and when to do it and where to do it and things like that, you know? I'm sure if we put our heads together, something, maybe we could come up with something. That's all, okay? All right. Mike, and my ears had ringing and unusual sounds for a minute straight, and then my hearing of this world was returned. It was like switched over. It was like, this thing won't fit in here. It's like bloop, into the switchboard. Whoop. Okay, you're wired in now, sir. How's that? Did you get that? Okay. You dial okay, no, we hooked up the, the new cables hooked up. Did you get it? Yeah, no, the cable's hooked up. Like, what? For a second there. No, we were just had to disconnect it. Now it's oh yeah, I got that. Dude, that's weird. It's funny, isn't it? So those new senses are senses that are the non-physical. So our taste, it doesn't change. Our touch, it doesn't change because those are physically things here we experience. But the other three senses, our vision, right? We don't touch anything when we view it. It's a non-physical. We smell something non-physical. What we hear, non-physical. So when we go up spiritual plane, we don't delete previous hearing or seeing or smelling. We add to it. So like, we were saying, oh, we turned it off, but then it replugged in with both. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we're gonna switch over to two now. Wasn't switching, we're not switching. Hey, you're not gonna get those regular smells anymore. You can't smell peanut butter anymore. Ha. No, you still can smell peanut butter, but you also get, a new range of, oh, what? I hear, you could hear and see what's actually going on with them. It's like what they see and hear. Like I say, they have different senses. They see different things. Well, so do you when you get up to where they are. You see, indeed, sir. I appreciate you sharing that. And these are necessary experiences you have on the spiritual planes, the path up to God through the planes. You're having them. Oh, I had this happen. That's the nature of walking through forward with your actions of helping each other get to God. You go forward, you help other people get to God. You have those experiences, or you get to God. Oh wow. I had this real experience the other day, like this happened to me. You can't what God is real, so those experiences you have with God, they never fade. They never fade. They other like other memories, they fade. Those memories, they don't fade, and that becomes the basis of your reality. So you see, this could be a good topic of conversation over time to see what might be a useful way to go forth. I don't know. So something to think about. Short bow spirit. Are you still in Florida? Uh, oh, life in the body is still in Florida. Yep. Till Tuesday. Oh, you are until Tuesday. I didn't know till when. We went to the drum circle last night, all of us. It was nice. But I'm sure Michael's being missed very much by others, of course. Jay, thanks, Mike. I remember you talking about that at the time. Michael will message you later. Okay, cool. MacArthur, hello. Good to have you, sir. You were a good show up to the gathering. So that's what I'm saying. The more we can plan this, put yourself on the planet. I wish we had a more like this. Great. Let's do it more like that. Let me go through my notes to make sure I'm not skipping anything here. Oh, This is something for if anyone's managing construction. I remember this many years ago, right? I had this nice group of plumbers, and they had a front end loader. No, no, not a front end, a backhoe. They had a backhoe, and they did some plumbing working on this old house I bought, and uh, the front porch had a leaning pillar, and I was like, "Man, I need this fixed." And the plumber's like, "Oh, we'll do that for you," you know. Uh, but it was brick and wood at the top and right in the corner of the porch and everything. It wasn't an easy job, but Ken, who's a run one who running the plumbers, he's very good. And he was a general contractor before too, so he's really a smart guy. And anyway, so he's got a chain on this thing and he's trying to pull it over with his backhoe, and he's got two guys down there who are normally plumbers not doing this. So he's trying to tell them what to do so they can get this done, get paid, and leave. You know what I'm saying? So this is what he says. Listen, he says, stop. I want a whole lot less talking and a whole lot more do what the fuck I'm saying to do. That's it. You want to know how to manage? That's my help with construction management, uh, GD and others. But it's true, sometimes you can't get focused on what you're trying to do, so it's just like, "You're trying to do this, okay, remember? That's what you're trying to do. Yeah, you did it." Follow? Don't jump in there, do it. Like, people doing it are trustworthy and professional and need a little guidance sometimes, that's all. Um, so what I bring up for me, right, I don't, like, if you look around my house or whatever, I don't have pictures of people that are dead that I miss. I don't have that. I have pictures of representations of God, Jesus Christ, Bear Baba, Buddha, you know, things like that, their names, you know, different things like that remind me of God. An altar to God, a memorial to God. That's what I have around me is memorial, And in America, it's like, remember those who've died, So, well, and got raised from the dead because they did something special, They just died. Well, everybody does that pretty much. Like you say, everybody does that. What's so special about that? Isn't it better when you die and then come back from life? That's more notable. I think. Yes. But that's not what they notate, you know? Who died, who is alive and had a death certificate, got memorialized, and who lived, who. And this ain't ego. This is trying to point out to you the biggest book, the Bible. That's all they care about. Guy dies and risen. And yet, who cares about that actually? Or someone who actually did that? Yeah. Good, GD. I'm glad you heard me. Thank you. Triple Spirit Guidance, Truth. I called my banker after the clarification Thursday night, and all is well with them. And it clicked in my brain. That's great. Fantastic. You experience the truth, and then it's like, wait a second. All that guy says is true. It's like, yeah. Now, go ahead into your closet and get out all your dreams and put them into the dream crusher and accept reality. It's tough. It's tough. Me, more me. More and more me. More me, more me. You know what you need is a little more me. Be more. Be more. Be more, more, be more, be more, be more, be. Memorial. What? More me. You need more we. You need more me. That's what you need. It's always You should make a meme about me, about we. Me is just me twice. Hey, you ever see that thing on American Gods? It's called. There's a bullet maker, and his name's Vulcan, and he makes bullets, and on every bullet it says Vulcan, and he's like, everyone's a prayer to me, and everyone that dies for one of my bullets is sacrifice to me, uh, to Vulcan, and so he's American God. They reap the benefits from the prayers. You see, more me. Everyone I see, oh my god, I go to the beach early in the day before the crowd shows up, or like on the weekend. Uh, what is it? Every single day, it's morning, 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 good morning, good morning. Quit saying Lucifer's name to me every time. I'm just trying to get in the water. Stop it. More me, maybe, or me. They see. I'm just trying to point out that the name Memorial is about the devil and about what happens when you go with the devil, get turned to stone, you die. Like, you can't get out of death and taxes. That's our team. Get on over here. You're gonna like it. You have to die. You have to pay taxes. Like, wait, that's your slogan? That's not. How do you attract anyone? What are you doing? You get them scared. That's how. Okay, that sounds dumb, but it works perfectly. Yeah. Uh, I'm just checking my notes here to make sure. Okay, so there are two options at death, really, in the time loop, right? You die, leave the body, get get thrown into another body. Who knows what's after that, right? Okay, that's cool. That happens. Go back into recycling. Hey, recycling. Okay, hey, you recycle. Go into another body. No, consciousness is never lost. No one dies. That's the end of them. Ah, no, never. That's never happened. What? So they go on to the next progression. Okay, cool. That happened. Great. My goal is to like, hey, let me reduce your. It's like in the airport, There's like, hey, just a regular getting screwed by the TSA. We got upgraded, special, only slightly get screwed by this TSA. But there's no line that's like, just skip the TSA. Like that's my line. Skip the skip everything, go around. Go around all the stupid junk. That's my line, right? Go around the stupid junk. Hear the truth and don't go for any of that nonsense. That's the other line. They don't have one of them. They don't have it. Death and taxes. Getting one of the lines. Yeah, yeah. Actually, get out of line and come over here and just go straight to God. There you go. Who was that line? Everybody's like, that's not a real line, dude. Get away from me. Oh. My point being, we're in a time loop. I'm not going to die during the time loop. So there actually will never be a memorial ever. It's impossible to the living Christ. That's impossible, right? Because you're alive. So they can't build a memorial because you're still alive. Do you get it? Memorials, like everything else in here, stupid ass hoax. Like a backwards way. Hey, sorry. You're back with we. You're back with me. Great. You got to do it again. Congratulations. Do you really want? We're gonna pile up some coal for you, like Santa. You get coal. You don't get any presents. You get to reincarnate. You see, not cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. But that's kind of I wanted to give you that concept. They are delivered, I think, with enough information to see appropriately about memorials and what their mama said about being turned to stone on the fourth plate and stuff, progress. Uh, okay. So we have to see these things and our differences, and then you can see who the other people are in here. Oh, this is different about me. I'm totally with God. I see the face of God. They're never going to see the face of God. What are you talking about? No, can't play their character. You cannot play a character, right? That sees God unless you had your memory wiped. It'll say it in another way. You have to have your memory wiped before you come into this body if you're going to be face to face with God. Has to happen. The rules of the game. You're saying God is fair let somebody cross that line. What? No. Why? Why would I that mean like your whole life is a lie? Why did I have to play this life and wake up and do all this stuff? You mean they just get to do it? Nah. Uh-uh. It's hard. This game's hard. Look at the few people here winning this game. Oh, I accept the truth. This is crazy. Like now I'm crazy, but this is all true. No, that's you have to be pushed out of the hive and be like, the whole thing. That's what it is winning the game. Hey, you can't come back to the Mayor Baba Center, but it's the biggest blessing we have. It's like, wait, what? Yes. That is the biggest blessing that you want. Oh, you want to be Bodhisattva? You want to meet with God? You want Christ consciousness? You want to meet with Jesus? Well, guess what? You have to leave. You want to go to the Epcot Center final ride? Let's say Disneyland. All the rides, right? But let's say Disneyland had final ride, right? You could only ride the final ride, and then you can't go back to Disney World. Can't do it. Can't do it. Even if you go back, you can't ride the rides. You have to just sit there and help the people. Go over there. You're looking for that ride over there. You can't ride the rides again. Once you ride the last ride at Disney World, you can't ride. You can be put back into the body of the game. You could be back in there. You could ride along with them on a ride. But that's not riding the ride, right? You're there like, hey, right? You're uh, a tour guide, right? When we go to that place, Allure Caves is like, hey, the tour guides are there. Hey, easy, I'm with Bear Baba. You want me? You want me? Hey, I'm gonna tell you all about this place. It's like, oh, you are you? You are you? Okay. Mike, to give you a call about mechanical help in West Virginia. Excellent. I was playing defense. Oh, short bus beer. I was playing defense for so many years. This process to shake it off. Agreed. Agreed. The truth sets you free from our previous actions that worked. There's no putting them down. Hey, I did this in the past. I was dumb. No, no. Mayor Baba said what happened had to have happened. No, we're smart people. We're in a different survival mode. You know, God takes everything away from us, and then on the fourth place, it's like, well, do you want the devil and everything here? Everything? You could be a rock. It's like, no, you have to do that. Dark night of the soul has to be the hardest thing that's ever happened to anyone. And then you go, yeah, screw this place. And then you move on. Well, I think the proof of that being my experience is how poorly I've done financially. Hey, Mayor Bob also addressed that too. Everyone that comes to God has to be financially wrecked on the way. Yeah, you could get it together or whatever, but it happens to everyone. You have to get to nothing, then you get to something at some other point. But, dark night of the soul, God takes away everything from you. Some people can have money, it's very rare, but they're extremely spiritually advanced people who the money doesn't mean anything to anyway, regardless. That's almost no one. So that does happen, but it's from previous lifetimes. It's almost impossible. But yeah, money doesn't mean anything to me except for, hey, you need to pay a bill or whatever. But it's how we play this game. But, you know, I have to do it to show you, this is how to succeed, and this is also, you know, where you bet. If anyone has the money, you bet on your future, who you support up in here, and those people that bet on me, well, they have that positive outcome in real time, not just at the end, but they meet with God, they see God, they get the bliss. These things happen to those people. That has to, or no, the game's fake. Okay, let's see what else we have. And I think I covered everything today. I'm feeling a little bit better. It's going on a little better every day. I'm getting better. I'm doing my part. I'm trying not to overdo it. I overdid a little bit yesterday. Got like some wicked headache late, but I'm like, okay, I'm dialing it back down. Shannon's like, you're gonna rest today. You ain't going nowhere. Like, oh, love you too, girl. So until next week, let's see what we have here before we ride out. Uh, we'll call you today. Good, Jay. I have asked him many times to take me home. Good. That's what the constant prayer has to be. Take me home. Agreed. Me too. I've never been into money. It doesn't compare with Christ. Exactly. That spiritual advancement, it wouldn't, you get to the point where having money or not having money, it doesn't matter that much. Whatever money you have, you will put to your progress, pay your bills as needed, but then you will instantly put it to other people's progress. That's just what we do. You see, so agreed. That's well said. Yes. Jason, achieve God realization, Christ consciousness to win the game, and forever be one with God. Indeed. Thank you, sir. And I ask God to give that to each and every one of you. That's the only reason for this game. I'm trying to help you achieve it. That's my prayer for you. That's a really great prayer there, Jason. I love it. She'll post it. Maybe the viewpoint is that put souls above money. That's nice. Yeah, totally. All of us have to, or we wouldn't be here with each other. Agreed. Thank you, Shana, for helping watching over Jack J. Baba. Thank you, Dee Dee. And thank you all. You all are doing that too, and I appreciate that. Watching over yourself and your situation helps me. Takes weight off what you start to achieve over there. Thank you. God is with you all, Jay, there, Baba. Good. And Frank, excellent discourse, Sean. Thank you. Okay. You were reading God Speaks. Oh, just what you were reading. Good. And it's Memorial Day tomorrow. Fantastic. Dust to dust, except for not us. Us to God, right? You, each one of you, I want you to meet the face of God, be with God, win the game, and re-enter, right? What we really are, which is one with God. That's all. That's all I'm here to do. I have all this other information that can help, but that's what I'm here to help with. And so, God, please help each one with that. Until next week, God bless you, one and all. Oh my goodness. This brain fog thing. There it is. All right. Love you. No, I really do. I love you. I really do mean that too. I met with you at the gathering. No, I love you, each one of you.